Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at the DRF race of the day for Sunday, September the 20th. Let's throw up the field for race number 7 at Woodbine. It is the Grade 1 Summer Stakes. 2-year-olds going a one-turn mile on the E.P. Taylor turf course. This race could be a very important prep for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. You can download free Formulator Pass performances for the Summer Stakes on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. We throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector. Mike, I agree that the 3 ready to repeat is going to be a little bit more aggressively ridden this time around, and I think that he'll make the lead. I'm just not sure how fast they're going to go.
Yeah, I sort of had the same feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to sort of using his speed a little more this time, but I don't know that he necessarily has to go a fast pace to make the lead here.
Now, the number 1 download was up close to moderate fractions in his turf debut. We're going to watch that race right now. He only earned a 54 Beyer speed figure in this race. He's in the white blinkers and the blue cap, and he's taken over the lead. And he's going to go on to a workmanlike victory over a horse, the runner-up, that would come back to finish second with a 60 Beyer speed figure. This horse is improving, but he has caught a tough spot stepping up to face winners for the second time in his career.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, listen, if nothing else, I know this race didn't come back fast. I thought he ran well in this race, Dan, and he obviously took a step forward off of his first 2 starts. He set a really nice trip in there. I like the way that he took over at the top of the stretch and finished the race off. He's a big price in this race, and he's coming off of a really good effort, I thought.
Chad Brown sends out the number 2 Secret Potion. This is an expensive son of Into Mischief, adding Lasix for the first time. He was the pace setter in his career debut at Saratoga as the favorite. He took a little bit of heat in the early portion of that race, although they weren't going very fast, and he dug in game leader run second. I would expect him to run better second out, and this time I think they're going to want a target or 2 in front of him.
Yeah, I think they might have wanted a target last time, too. He broke from the rail, and Irad basically just sort of wound up on the lead. I don't know that necessarily wanted to be there, but that's where he wound up. All in all, I thought it was a pretty good debut, Dan. He didn't hold on at the end. I'm not even sure if the 1-2 finishers from that race who were both back in here, I'm not even sure if they ran the best races that day. There was some trips behind those 2 horses in there, but they both ran fine. And this horse gets Lasix now. He's got a great pedigree. Chad tends to win with horses like this. There's a lot to like about this horse.
Couple horses coming out of the Soaring Free Stakes, the 3 ready to repeat, the 4 Gretzky the Great. Let's watch that race right now. This was going 6.5 furlongs on the turf, and there's not a lot of pace going on in this race. And we see Gretzky the Great on the outside. I thought he had a pretty decent trip tracking this slow pace. I'll give him credit for running down Into the Sunrise, who had the best situation up front. Maybe ready to repeat, the beaten favorite was compromised by the lack of pace up front. All in all, he had a good trip, but he just had too much to do in the stretch.
Yeah, agreed. Gretzky the Great ran fine, I thought. It was very game to get up in there, ready to repeat, though. Maybe they were trying something new there, Dan. He had shown good speed in his first 3 starts, and they tried to see what would happen if they rated him last time. All in all, I thought he ran fine. He was gaining ground to the end there, galloped out well past the wire. I thought they probably learned something about him there. Lasix on for this. The distance, really, to me, is not supposed to be a problem for him. And if he makes the lead, I think he's going to be tough in this race.
You mentioned all the angles there, especially Lasix on, and getting back to a mile should not be an issue at all for this horse. I agree with you. I think he's going to make the front. He'll be very tough to catch. Gretzky the Great seeks a hat trick after winning his last 2 races. Game last time out. I don't think he'll be too far away as they stretch out to a mile. American Monarch, the number 5, debut winner for Bill Mott at Saratoga. He beat Secret Potion in this race. This is a son of American Pharaoh. We see Secret Potion on the lead, turning into the stretch. He's going to be confronted by American Monarch, who is very professional in this race. He raided in the second flight. He came with a 3-wide bid in the turn, and he just kept grinding it out and grinding it out. You see there are some trips behind him. The 4th place horse did come back to run second with a 76 Beyer. Just a very likable professional debut.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, he got a good trip. He did what he had to do to win. Again, I'm not sure that, he ran the best race that day, but he got the job done. He's got forward to go in this race. Personally, Dan, out of that race, I'd kind of rather have Secret Potion, but it's pretty close.
Heat of the Night, the number 6, I think is an interesting upset possibility. Trainer Tim Ham doesn't get a lot of national attention. He is very good with these lightly raced 2-year-olds. And let's watch Heat of the Night's career debut at Gulfstream Park, going a 2-turn mile on the turf. He's on the outside at a big price, and he just runs right over this 2-to-5 shot, and he was chasing a pretty quick pace to boot. He just looks like a really good-bodied son of Summer Front, and these Summer Fronts are racehorses.
Yeah, they are. They can really run. This horse ran fine in his debut. I have no knocks on him. I know he ran down a 2-to-5 shot in there. That wasn't, personally speaking, I didn't think that was a real 2-to-5 shot. I just feel like they kind of defaulted to that horse who would run, sort of okay, just missing in his debut in a pretty slow race. He the night ran well in there, and he's going to be a price in this race. I have no knocks on this horse.
The 7 is Dolder Grand, and this horse cost $800,000 earlier this year. He is by Candy Ride from a very productive dam who has thrown several black type earners. And I really think this horse, the beaten favorite in the download race we saw earlier, is going to appreciate more distance. I'm going to take that 49 buyer with several grains of salt. It's Husbands and Cassie. They improve him second time out. I think this horse is going to be charging late.
Yeah, I suspect he'll run a lot better here too, and he's going to have to. I wasn't, thrilled with his debut, to be honest with you, but I'm sure he'll run better in this race. He does appear to be working very strongly since that race and his 2 breezes, so he'll probably take a step forward. We'll see what kind of price he is, Dan. I don't love this horse, but if he's going to be around 8-1, I have no argument.
Let's take a look at our top selections for Sunday's DRF race of the day, the Grade 1 Summer. You're going with the 3 Ready to Repeat. You want to see Luis Contreras get a little bit aggressive with him. He really has done nothing wrong in his career.
Yeah, I like all of his races, Dan, and I think they will get more aggressive with this time. And again, he's got the pedigree that makes me think a mile is going to be no problem for this horse.
I thought American Monarch, again, ran a very professional, solid debut. I think that's going to bode well for him as he ships north for start number 2. I don't think the turn back to a 1-turn race is going to worry him at all. And if there is some hitting up front, I think he'll come running late for Billy Mott. I'll take American Monarch. Mike's going with Ready to Repeat in the Grade 1 Summer, race number 7 at Woodbine on Sunday. Approximate post 4:29 Eastern. Good luck.